Alright, family. So, yeah, they've been playing a big game with me today. The homeless hotline telling me I can stay at the room, that I can't stay, that they sent the voucher, that I'm approved, now I'm not approved. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to catch a bus. There's snow on the ground, it's cold, we're in a code blue. And yeah, not feeling my best. Took some Tylenol PM to just lay down and rest. And now they're telling me, oh no, you can't stay here. Now you gotta leave. All morning. I've been calling since 7 a.m. They've been playing this psychological warfare game with me. Oh, you can stay, now you can't stay. So, yeah, it's just part of the process of being homeless. So now I have to get my things and catch a bus and leave. So, yeah, it is what it is, with nowhere to go, nowhere warm to stay, really. Not gonna go to a shelter where I got sick and they're breaking my things. Yeah, so yeah, it's just one of those things. This country is literally collapsing. There's no help. There just isn't. And they refuse to help people that are adults, which that are single adults, when I'm already here at this motel. So yeah, I'm just getting ready to, I guess, get ready to get my stuff and leave. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's just, she gave me more time. I put all my stuff back in the refrigerator, laid down to rest, and now they're telling me you're back on the streets. So, yeah, this is what happens. Homelessness, it's a joke to these people. They treat you like you're just some kind of number. You're not a real person to these people. Apparently, you're not a real person. So, and I'm not feeling my best. I'm sick and I have nowhere to rest. And that's what happens. It's part of being homeless. There is nowhere to rest. They don't care that you're sick. They don't care. And then, oh, go get a job. I'm a regular at my job. This is my job. I preach the word of the Most High. That is my job. It is my job. I didn't ask to go to a shelter and have people bully me and, violate the health code violations, violate your rights. So, yeah, like I've been on the phone with the homeless hotline since 7 a.m. And it's been, oh, you can stay. No, you have to go. You can stay. No, it's real this time. No, it's just a bunch of crap, really. It's a bunch of crap. And then this is how people, get police called on them because they're in their room thinking they're good. And then police show up at the door. You see, it's a bunch of nonsense. And then you look like the bad guy. So that's why I call and I double check. Because now they're telling me, oh no, now you can't stay at the motel. There's no consistency. The lady, I'm like, I'm waiting. She didn't get this voucher. I'm in the room. So now I'm being put back on the streets in the middle of a code blue. This is how they treat you. And I'm sick with no family, no nothing. You lose your family when you come from a narcissistic family. There is no family. It's dysfunction. There's no support in a narcissistic family. There's not. Everybody takes sides with my abusers. So, anyway, all I can do is try my best to get myself together. And, yeah, hello. So that's all I can do. Now the homeless hotline is telling me I need to check out and I need to leave. So, yeah, it is what it is. They told me I'm okay. I can stay here. I've been on the phone with homeless hotline since 7 a.m. this morning. And they told me I'm okay, I can stay. And then they tell me I can't stay. And then they tell the lady that, something else and tell me something. It's just, yeah, it's a psychological game that people like to play with your life. Um, you know, that's how it is, I guess. So it's, yeah, this country is going down and collapsing very rapidly for sure. Yeah. So anyway, I have to get myself out of here now and catch a bus, and I'm not feeling that good. They don't care. They don't care that you're sick. They don't care that you're not well. They don't care. They'll put you right back in the streets. They don't care. But it's to be expected. The last days are going to be filled with loveless, lawless people who don't care about your situation, who aren't trying to help you. So, you have to really just trust in Yahuwah. Who else can you trust? I mean, man fails you. So, yeah. The government fails you, people fail you. So, anyway, I'm trying to get out of here. They played with my mind all damn day. People who have mental health, PTSD, they don't care. They just, they like to dysregulate your nervous system. Oh, yeah, you're allowed to stay at the motel. Now you're not. Like, what kind of game do they play, What kind of sick game do these people play? Yeah, hi there. How you doing? It's just a sick game being played, That's all. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm currently homeless, and the homeless hotline told me I could stay at this motel, and now they're telling me I can all morning. I've been making my phone calls since 7 a.m., and they don't want to house me. So, yeah, it's a struggle, that's for sure. We're in the middle of a code blue, so they're putting me back on the streets. It is what it is. There's not much you can do. And I'm not feeling my best, so it is what it is. But I tried. I've been on the phone since 7 o'clock this morning. Yep, I've been on the phone since 7 o'clock this morning, making moves. And, yeah, didn't seem to accomplish much. I mean, Yeah, so they're shoveling the snow out there. We got plenty of snow. Yeah. So, yeah, they're just gonna throw me back to the streets. They're nice people, I know. And I'm sick. Well, they don't care. So this is what you have to go through. Practically begging people, where my tax dollars go. I'm still an American. I pay tax dollars, into the system. So, yeah. Anyway, let me make sure I got everything out of this room, Yeah. A support system. There's a system go to therapy and deal with these toxic people in my life. You go to therapy, for the ones who should be in therapy and working on themselves, but they never will. Unfortunately. Some folks don't think they have problems. They think they're perfect. You know, they think they're perfect, so. Alright, let me try to get on my bed. I just literally put everything back in the refrigerator. Now I'm putting it back in my bag. Like, it's a joke. It's a real big joke, you know. They toy with people's lives, you know. They toy with your life, you know. They toy with your life. So, yeah. They toy with your life, that's for sure. Anyway.